Okay, so today we have Morrissey and Noise is the Best Revenge. This is another Janice Long session. I believe this is my third one of Janice Long sessions, but either way, I've enjoyed the sound. The band sounds intense in each one I've heard, so I'm hoping for more of that on here. So anyway, I did not do a Morrissey Friday last week. I didn't do a video last week because I was still sick. Every time I try to talk, I couldn't go for that long, and I started coughing. It was just terrible. The worst cough of my life. But anyway, I think I'm better, so let's get into this, talk about it after. 4 minutes long here. Again, this isn't a very, known Morrissey track, but the title has me, and I'm going through every track pretty much, so here we go. Oh, shut up.
And tell me all over again. You say noise, it's the best revenge. Noise, noise, noise. All you can say is noise, it's the best revenge. I know you're dreaming noise, it's the best revenge. I know you're dreaming too. Hey kid, let me cry, and don't think any less of me. I've been hawking this song for too long. You say noise, it's the best revenge. There's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's even a Victorian legal system. But noise, it's the best revenge. I know you're dreaming noise, it's the best revenge. I know you're dreaming too. Hey kid, let me die. A short walk into the dark sky. A final adventure. If only I wasn't so tired. And you say, I know why you're dreaming. I know why you're dreaming. You say, I know why you're dreaming. I know why you're dreaming. 'Cause it's the only escape. I know why you're dreaming. 'Cause it's the only escape too.
Good God. All right, there it is. Morrissey and Noise is the Best Revenge. I got a lot of thoughts in my head right now, like usual, I guess, but I gotta say off the get-go, from the get-go anyway, strong, menacing guitar tone, and I mean, throughout the whole song too, and it's not like there was a bit of a solo in there too, around like the 2-minute 20-second mark, because I had to take a note of it because I'm going to mention it again soon. But I just want to say, like, it was simple riffs at points, and it was just, but the way they were being played, so heavy and so intense. And I said before we got going here that I was hoping there was an intensity to the track, and I thought there was. Again, it was very brooding, and it was kind of guttural, and again, just all that from the music here, and just, you know, sonically, and just, I don't know, yeah, like I said, it was just very kind of menacing and intense, and fiery too, and it just seemed like it was anticipatory at moments as well, and I just really enjoyed that. And when it was around the 2-minute 20-second mark, there was a bit of a solo in there, and it reminded me of like 70s or 80s like hard rock in a way. Like there's elements here that reminded me of old time rock and roll, and I'm not talking like 50s or 60s really, but yeah, just old time rock and roll. And just, I don't know why that came to mind. This song sounded familiar. Like, I don't know if they took inspiration from other Morrissey songs. I mean, some Morrissey songs might blend together, so that might be what's coming to mind here. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, at the end of the day, again, so intense, so menacing, and I thought that was fun. I always like that, and it was from the get-go too. I mean, it was just, I don't know, just a guttural riff throughout the track, and of course, I don't think I've mentioned the guys on the track, but Boz Borer and Jesse Tobias on guitars, and again, would you believe it, and Gary Day on bass. So again, they were just so integral to the track, obviously, and just producing, if I could talk, that ferocious kind of I don't even know, like under the floorboard sound, you know, and just kind of how it was just building throughout the track. Anyway, then I said Gary Day on bass, Dean Butterworth on drums, and Dean Butterworth here, it's not like he was, like, I think of like Matt Walker, who's very thunderous all the time. Like, I don't think Dean was like that here, but he was it was like a galloping sound. Is that the word to use? It was just like, he was very, what's it called, busy. I would say it seemed like he was busy to me. And again, working very well with the other musicians on the track anyway. And just having that kind of almost volatile sound. I don't know, angry sound. Angry is a good word to use here too. That's all that came to my big fat head. And Michael Farrell on keyboards. And again, his when there was that little solo there at the 2-minute 20-second mark once more, he was just going off in the background, and I just love the keys throughout the track too. Very lively, very in your face in a way as well too. And again, they were a big part of why I was getting like a 70s rock vibe or something. I was like, why is that coming to mind? But it wasn't through the whole thing, just at parts. And you talk about parts, I like Morrissey's falsetto on different words, especially when from the get-go I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, he's going up to a high register there. And I don't know, I feel like he has such a great falsetto voice. He can do no wrong whenever he goes there, whether you like it or not. And yeah, so that was surprising, but it was a nice surprise, a pleasant surprise, as they say. And also, he sounds, you know, like when you talk about the story of the song, I guess, like, I don't really like know. I might know bits and pieces here of what might be going on, but it seems like a guy who's down on his luck, looking for revenge in some way. Obviously, he's talking to somebody who he's calling kid. And again, when you look up this song, you don't see too much about the lyrics. There is lyrics for it, but I don't see too many people talking about what the meaning is and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's a reasonably strong song. Again, I know I've seen different people talk about it. I was looking at comments. I mean, it's been ranked as one of his, not like, I guess not his worst song, but there's lists out there of of people who have freaking ranked all of his songs. This one is kind of near the bottom of it, which I can understand. I guess, you know, it's not one that's very well known or whatever. It's kind of rare or whatever. But it was kind of just on a whim. I believe this is the only official recording of it. But yeah, again, I just thought it was kind of strong, and I just thought it was kind of, again, what's the word I'm looking for? Very freaking introspective, you would say, just from the narrator's point of view anyway, and just very honest and revealing again too, for some of these lyrics of the song, when the guy says, you know, let me cry and don't make fun of me or whatever, don't think less of me, and all that stuff comes to mind. Very Morrissey lyrics. I mean, again, he's in his bag here, but anyway, I believe I had a point going somewhere, but that's but I guess I made it either way somewhere in there. But yeah, again, yeah, well, like I was trying to say, maybe the song isn't that well known, but I thought it was a strong effort. I mean, I don't know. I just loved the guitar work, especially, like I talked about, how menacing and intense that was. And it drew me in. But anyway, we go into the lyrics, I guess. And, you know, like I said, the story seems like a guy who's down on his luck looking for revenge on somebody. And I guess this kid is saying noise is the best revenge. And again, I think about how Morrissey is obviously, he's a musician. I mean, there you go. Would you believe it? And obviously he creates noise, so that comes to mind. But either way, hey kid, take my hand, if only for a while, and tell me all over again. You say noise is the best revenge. And again, it seems like he's looking for advice, and he's looking for it in this kid, whoever old this kid is actually is. So looking for advice. You tell me noise is the best revenge. Noise, noise, noise. All you can say is noise is the best revenge. I know what you're dreaming. Noise, it's the best revenge. I know what you're dreaming too. And again, I know what you're dreaming comes in there, but it wasn't until the end of it where we find out why we're dreaming, and what this dreaming entails. Hey kid, let me cry. And don't think any less of me. I've been hawking the song for too long, you say. And again, I don't know if it's just this point here of trying to not be emotional, trying to be a man, whatever that means. Of course, Morrissey has a song about that too. But just let me cry and be emotional. I don't know what all caused this, or why he's emotional like this, or why he's down on his luck. But either way, he's talking to somebody here, and he's telling them, let me be myself here for a second if I show emotion. And when he said hawking, I was like, what the hell does hawking mean? So I searched up hawking meaning. I know of the last name Hawking, Stephen Hawking and all this stuff, but hawking, I see in birds, means catching flying insects. Also, the sport of hunting with hawks, that comes up too. And also, I did see hawking could also mean vending, peddling, selling, marketing, so that kind of a thing too. So that can work. I guess that definition probably works better with the song. You say I've been selling the song for too long. Maybe is Morrissey kind of breaking the fourth wall here? You say I've been going on too long with a song already. So let's go back into the chorus here. Noise, that's the best revenge. There's a right way, there's a wrong way. Good Lord, some people are in the middle. And there was even a Victorian legal system of noise. And at that point I was like, what? There's even a Victorian legal system of noise. It just seemed like so out of pocket for a line. I was like, oh, that's funny to me anyway. But there is even a Victorian legal system of noise. There's noise everywhere. And there is, if you want to get down to the fucking brass tacks, there's noise all the time pretty much. And that's why my favorite noise is usually silence. It's the best revenge. I know what you're dreaming. Noise is the best revenge. I know what you're dreaming too. And again, I like how, there's repetition, whatever. But I like how we're going to a point, to me anyway, I know what you're dreaming, and we find out why at the end. And again, we're just talking about noise, and again, I love how Morrissey's voice would go up and down, those fluctuations he can do. Hey kid, let me die, a short walk into this dark sky, a final adventure, if only I wasn't so tired. Again, that's relatable. But, and it's almost like, to me, is he about to end his life here? Let me die, a short walk into the dark sky. Seems like it's going to be on his own accord. And again, I don't know what caused all of this, or whatever the story is of what happened to this guy and why he's like this, but obviously he'd do something if he wasn't so tired. And again, that's very relatable. And you say, I know what you're dreaming. I know what you're dreaming. So here we go. I know what you're dreaming, because it's the only escape. I know what you're dreaming, because it's the only escape. And again, that just hits so hard, just for a line, not even talking about within the context of the song. But again, a lot of people, you gotta dream, because it's the only escape from reality. Your reality isn't that great. And it seems like this guy in the song, his reality isn't that great. To put a bow on things, again, this guy is obviously down on his luck. He seems depressed, suicidal, anxious, you would probably imagine too. He has these bad thoughts, and he's looking for help. And there's another person in the song that he keeps talking to, and you say, I just love how Morrissey introduces this other character coming in every time by saying that usually. You say noise is the best revenge, and you tell me why I'm dreaming and all this stuff. And obviously this person seems to be wanting to give tips or advice to this guy who's so down, and whether he's going to follow through with that or not, I guess we never really find out, because at the end of it, again, it's just the whole I know why you're dreaming. It's because it's the only escape. And again, just being very real with the guy. Goddamn. So anyway, I really enjoyed both characters of the track, I guess you would say. And or maybe it's just his inner dialogue. Who knows? This kid. But either way, I enjoyed it for what it was, what's more. And I thought those lines at the end there, like, I just can't get over the dreaming part there, were very strong for a song that might be not known or might be forgotten or whatever. But either way, some of the lyrics here were pretty good. So that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I'll try to be back for next Morrissey Friday and try not to be sick then. And yeah, so that's it. Have a great weekend. Goddamn. See you later.